Many people wonder what happens inside a mosque. The mosque is the worship place of Muslims. So Muslims go to the mosque regularly, and then they perform few things. There are many things that happen at a mosque, but that is also dependent on the type of mosque that we're talking about. Generally, you will find that in North America there are two types of mosques. The first one is a mosque that is purely dedicated for acts of worship, for rituals of worship, and that can include prayers, Friday services, even like lectures, like religious and spiritual lectures. And then you have another type of mosque that is not only a place of worship, but it acts as a community center. So those community centers, there is a lot more that happens there, including social activities, including educational activities, meeting delegations, meeting politicians, meeting visitors, even weekend schools, such as, you can call it Sunday school or Saturday school. So those community centers, they have the rituals, the worship and the prayers as rituals, as well as a whole bunch of other things that happen there. So for the regular mosque that is purely there for the acts of worship, such as the prayers, what you will find is that when you walk in, you will most likely find an area to leave your shoes outside. Before you walk into the prayer hall. The prayer hall is considered a sanctuary and it's maintained clean. Hence, people don't walk in with their shoes to this prayer area. So people, as they walk in, they would leave their shoes outside, or their sandals or whatever they're wearing, and then they would walk in either barefooted or with their socks on. Now, before they walk into that prayer hall, what they might want to do is that they might want to do the washing, or what's called the wudu, or another term for it is the ablution. And this would require some water, and hence they can utilize either the washrooms for that washing up, or a designated area that is meant to help facilitate this ablution. And this ablution is not extensive. It involves washing the hands, involves washing the face, washing the arms, like up to here, and then wiping the head and the ears, as well as washing the feet. So then there are some areas that are designated for this type of ablution. It has a seating that's positioned ergonomically, so that the worshipper would be able to get in there, and then they'd be able to turn on a little faucet, and then they would have the water dripping for their washing. Once that is done, then they would walk into the prayer hall. Some mosques, most mosques in North America at least, they have an area as well for females, either the female worshippers, or if we have visitors that are gonna come in. So for those people or for the women that would like to join the congregation as well, they would have their area designated either either separate or in the same kind of hall as the men, depending on how the mosque is structured. If the real estate is tight, then probably they would take 1 or 2 floors from the structure or from the building of the mosque. Some mosques, they have basements, and the ones that have basements, they usually utilize it to be more of a communal gathering area. And those ones are kind of the simple community centers / mosques that exist out there. Now, if there is space, most mosques would like to utilize that space for other things. So you might find offices that are in the building, you might find Sunday schools, you might find areas that are rented out sometimes. In some community centers, they buy a very large building and then they rent it out to some commercial as commercial real estate. or commercial shops, and hence that'll bring revenue into the operation of the organization. For the bigger ones, the bigger mosques that have even more space, they can designate areas specifically for sports. So they might have fields, whether they're indoor or outdoor, specifically to help facilitate the activities, the athletic activities of the congregation and of the youth. Generally though, for those big community centers, they would generally have a designated area for prayer as well. Sometimes it is a shared area if it's not that big, so it'll be a common area that when the prayer time comes, the carpet would be rolled out, and then people would pray, and once the prayer is over, the carpet would be rolled out, and hence it can be utilized for either dinners or sporting activities or whatnot. So this is a quick kind of overview of the types of mosques that you will find in North America. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope to see you in the next episode.